All right, so we wanted to talk a little bit about the application materials and just some tips on each piece of the application process for the MHCI+D application. Wanted to talk through each piece very briefly. First section, you have some ones that are pretty straightforward. Letters of recommendation. You need 3 letters of recommendation. Those should be from people who know you and your work well. We don't have requirements about them being from faculty necessarily. They can be from managers as well. You just want someone who will write in detail about you and what makes you great. Think of this as an external source telling us the things that you're already telling us in the rest of your application. So it's validation from an external source. Get 3 of those, you're all set. Second up, transcripts. Unofficial transcripts are what we're looking for in the application process, and you need a 3.2 grade point average. The 3.2 grade point average can be calculated 3 different ways. If you're curious about that, looking for options, that's something to dig into our website to find out more about. Be sure you check all 3 ways because you want above a 3.2 for your application. Third up, a resume. This is a chance to show what's not on your transcript necessarily. It gives us just another quick view into you and any work experience especially that you've had. No formal structure or anything for that. So those are the simple pieces. I think moving on from there, you get into pieces that take a little more work on your part and that you should put a lot more thought into organizing and drawing together as your overall package and application. So first up, your personal statement. Your personal statement is kind of your thesis that pulls together all the rest of your application materials. This is where you connect the dots for us and tell us why this program is the right program for you. Where are you going in your career? How does this program fit in? How does work in HCI as a graduate student fit into your plans? We're looking for you to demonstrate that you understand what you can gain from the program and what you can gain from this field. We want you to show us in there, we want to come away believing that you are familiar with our particular program. So we've got a distinct style, a cohort model, all these things you can see in our website about how we teach and how we learn in this program. And we want to be sure that you know about that because our style is right for some people and not ideal for others. So part 1, make sure you are making a case for why this is the right place for you to be next. The second piece of your personal statement is tell us why you're right for us. Why should we want you in the program? We are open to people from any background. We think it makes the cohort a lot stronger to have people coming from all different disciplines. But just because any discipline is right doesn't mean that we understand why you think you're right. So tell us, what skills are you bringing from your different major, your different background, and how will that be good to the cohort, helping each other learn in the program? Everybody can be a star at something, and what's your special sauce that you're going to bring to make the cohort stronger? So the cliche I often use to describe your personal statement, tell us why the program's right for you, tell us why you're right for the program. So last bit to talk about is the supplemental work materials. Create a sort of awkward name that stands in for, in our minds, what we're often thinking of as your portfolio. This is where you demonstrate projects and the work that you've done. We don't call it a portfolio because we're looking for people from a lot of different disciplines. Some of you are coming from places where you do have a portfolio, you can show that. Others don't come from a land of portfolio preparation. What we want to see is we want to see how you have worked in an area that you're already strong in. So show us a project that you've worked on, talk about the process, something that you're proud of, and discuss why you made the decisions you made. What were the constraints? What was the challenge you faced? How did it go? This is an academic application. We think you're coming here to learn something, so we're not expecting you to be perfect in your projects. showing self-awareness to say this project shows me doing A and B really well, but I could use more work on C and D. That's a great way of showing you're aware and maybe pointing out again what pieces you're going to learn while you're in the program. So it doesn't have to be a UX portfolio. We are open to things in any background, in any discipline. People have submitted research papers they did, essays they wrote, people submit short movies. I think other people send us a GitHub page if they've been doing coding and development. We really are open to those ways. We want to see you in your strong suit, not see you pretending to do what a finalized UX portfolio looks like. Rely on your strengths, put together a few examples, and you're fine. So one more piece, if you're an international applicant, that you'll have to have in mind is the English language requirement. And what I'd recommend here is definitely read carefully what the various options are for demonstrating your English language proficiency. TOEFL is one method that you can use to satisfy the English language requirement. Our standards are that you get a 106 overall with a 26 in the speaking subsection. That's a high standard for TOEFL scores. There are other ways to validate and establish your English language credentials. So look at the options on the website. These include a degree from a school in the US, a 4-year degree taught in English elsewhere. You can be a native speaker of English, and there's an option for a couple other small options along the way as well. So take a look at all the options, see which you satisfy. You'll have to point us to the method that you're using to satisfy the English language requirement as one of the questions you answer in the application. So overall, when you're thinking about your application package, try to think about a coherent narrative. Who are you? What are you trying to put together? And how does each piece of the application come together to make almost a brand statement of who you are, what will be good for you in this program, and why this program wants you there. Making it consistent from piece to piece really helps us keep track of you and helps you stand out in all the applications you're seeing. Good luck.